Okay, so besides making a huge mess, which you can see I've already done to my stovetop trying to make this, I have separated out some of the chunks of potatoes that I have in my, I don't even know what to call it because it's not really potato leek soup. Um, I I'm horrible at following recipes. I just kind of make my own as I go. I'm pulling out chunks of potatoes, putting them over there. I'm going to mash them to heck like I have been doing, which is why it's that consistency right now. Just pulling them out. I added meat because I like meat. It's delicious. This would have been kosher if I would have done it the way the recipe called for, but I threw the recipe out the window about, I don't know, 2 hours ago. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. I started like 12. Um, I went to the garden and picked a bunch of carrots, ground them up. You can't even tell they're in there, which is what I was going for because now my boyfriend won't know that there are carrots in there. You can barely see if you look really closely. There's tiny, tiny little carrot bits. He hates vegetables, so I've ground up carrots. I have thrown in, oh look, you can see little carrot bits. I've thrown in as many different types of vegetables as I possibly could. Of course, there's the leeks, there's the potatoes, there's carrots. I might grind up some bush beans. I don't know if that's a good idea because the texture and the stringiness is probably not going to taste very good with this. So far, this tastes phenomenal. I'm really surprised. I thought I was going to mess it up really bad. Um, so that's plenty. What I've just been doing is going and stabbing this because I don't feel like putting it in my food processor because it's really hot and I don't want to mess it up. I'm just stabbing it and stabbing it and stabbing it until it's really smooth, which it's really hard to do with one hand, but I'm trying to show you guys. I usually have my wonderful boyfriend as my cameraman, but first of all, my camera battery isn't charged. I'm using my BlackBerry. Yay. Oh yeah, my kitchen is a disaster. Let me just show you. I have made the biggest mess. This is what I do every time I cook. See that? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've done. Tomatoes from my garden. My poor sewing machine. Yeah, I've made a really big mess. I will try to clean it up before he gets home so he doesn't get really, really mad at me. And I also have to wash dishes so we can eat. But I'm going to chop this up or smash it until it's really, really smooth. This consistency. And then, oh, yeah, this consistency. And then I'm going to put it back in the pot. I'm going to keep cooking it until they get home. The meat that I put in there is already starting to break up. By the time dinner's ready, it will be nice and thin and little tiny pieces, which is what I want. I want it to be just little hints of meat all throughout the soup, stew, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling this more potato leek stew at this point because it really is. Oh, there's another chunk. So I'm going to keep smashing my Pyrex full of potatoes there, and I will post the recipe as soon as I'm done if I can remember.